Hello everyone, welcome to this update video. I really hope you're doing fantastic, and we're going to be taking a look at what is going on across the Atlantic basin. So there's a stationary front in a part of the Caribbean, the northwestern Caribbean, which extends towards Central America, and this has been inducing some rainfall, which is expected to continue through today. And in the wake of the front, there is a strong area of high pressure that is building right now, and that interacting with an area of low pressure near Colombia is creating very windy conditions across the Caribbean, and that's going to be the story for many islands throughout much of the week. So let's get straight into what is going on. And even in the Gulf of Mexico, there we can see all of that moisture, and that is making its way up into parts of the U.S., especially Texas, with a lot of heavy rainfall. So that could even have the potential to trigger some flooding across some areas. So please stay safe, guys, if you're being affected by that. And even some parts of eastern Mexico as well, likely experiencing some heavy rain because of all of this moisture within the area. As we head into the Caribbean, here we can see all this moisture coming in. So some rainfall activity associated with these clouds moving by, and that's been the story for a while now and will remain the story for the most part, especially through today. So as I'm recording across parts of St. Vincent, St. Lucia, and even near the Grenadines, there's some shower activity which is likely to be moving in later this morning. So that's what's happening right now across the Lesser Antilles. Things are a bit on the quieter side for Puerto Rico and even the Virgin Islands, as there could be some passing showers at times, nothing crazy at the most as we head through today. But again, it's going to be a very windy day for many areas. As we take a look at the rainfall forecast, here we can see these shades of reds and these oranges popping up across some areas. Even see some purples and pinks in the Gulf. And going towards the Yucatan, there could be some periods of some heavy downpours today, and that includes Mexico and Belize. So there could be some heavy rainfall, and that may even trigger flooding in the most susceptible areas. As we head towards Jamaica, eastern Cuba, and parts of northern Hispaniola, we're also seeing some of those colorful shadings. So again, there's that front within the area, so there could be some heavy downpours at times moving through, especially for the eastern part of Jamaica. There could be periods of some more substantial rainfall than others. And so with that, the kids are going out this morning. It's a Monday morning, so it is good to ensure that they have their jackets and also their umbrellas just in case of the rainfall, because again, it's going to be very windy today. Not the story for the entirety of the island, but for many areas it's going to be pretty windy and even cool. Near the Cayman Islands, there could be some shower activity as well. And as we head up towards the Bahamas, we can see that much is not expected at all through today. Similar story for the Florida Peninsula that we're seeing. And over in the Lesser Antilles, going toward Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, a whole lot of rainfall is not expected today. As I said, there could be some passing showers at the most. But then as we head from around Guadeloupe through Trinidad and Tobago, even near the ABC Islands, there could be some showers moving by. Looking to northern South America, some spots in Colombia and even the southern part of Suriname and French Guiana may experience some substantial rain. Elsewhere, a whole lot is not really anticipated right now. And as we head toward parts of Panama, Costa Rica, eastern Nicaragua, and Honduras, as well including the Bay Islands, there may also be some rainfall activity there. But again, the bulk of that heavy rain is likely to be further up to the north, where the Yucatan Peninsula is. Looking at the wind forecast for today, we're looking at what the Euro model is showing, and this is actually for this morning when I'm recording the video, the forecast for 6 a.m. And here we are seeing all of these blue shadings. So there are actually some of these winds which are reminiscent of tropical storm force winds because they're within that territory, but they are Gale-Force winds in the Caribbean right now. So some of these wind gusts, especially offshore Colombia, could be up to 55, even 60 miles per hour. Those could be some of the wind gusts. And elsewhere in parts of the Caribbean, such as Jamaica, the Cayman Islands, and even over in parts of Cuba as well, some of these gusts could be over 30 miles per hour, even near 40 for some areas. But again, that's not going to be the story for every single place. So not everywhere will be experiencing those pretty gusty winds. As we head toward the Bahamas and Turks and Caicos Islands, though even in the Gulf of Mexico and along portions of the coast of Central America, those winds are likely to be kicking up as well. Similar story for the ABC Islands and even over into the Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and through much of the Lesser Antilles. And with that, seas are very rough across the majority of the basin. Take a look within that area of the strongest winds. We can see that red shade in there. So some of those seas could be up to 15 feet. So conditions are very, very unsettled offshore of Colombia right there. And in the wake of that front, which is moving through, seas are up to around 8 to 10 feet within those areas. Similar story across much of the Eastern Caribbean islands, as we are seeing. Even the Atlantic side, some of those seas up to around 6 or even 7 feet there, and also for the eastern side of some of the Bahamian Islands and the Turks and Caicos Islands as well, and in the Gulf of Mexico. So very windy, very unsettled right now across the region, and there could be those periods of heavy rain which may unleash flooding, some instances of flooding. So that is what is happening, guys. And as it relates to what is happening over in the other side of the world with that next potential cyclone that could affect Mauritius, I may do a second update video later today. That's tentative, but I'll let you guys know what is happening as necessary. And so that is pretty much what I wanted to share with you in this update video. Also, if you're curious about the earthquakes across the region, there hasn't been anything significant over the last day or so. So that's it for now. I hope you found this video to be quite informative. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I'll respond when I get the chance to do so. And remember to always be weatherwise.